Alrighty then, hello everyone, my name's Kate and welcome back to more Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Last time we finally beat the tournament, although a bit nervous about what that exactly entails for us, considering the fact that apparently Lawrence wasn't even trying his hardest during that tournament, and yet he was still as painful as he was. But we can worry about that later, surely. For now, what we're really going to be doing today is, well, now that we've won the tournament, we can go to Grancel Castle, so let's do it. We'll finally be able to deliver the Queen her message, hopefully. Assuming that we don't get stopped by any other external influences, maybe? Here we go. To Grancel Castle we go.
Oh, we're going to the castle already. Just to remind you, since we're going to be staying there after the party, we won't be able to leave until morning.
Game? Game, what are you trying to imply? I don't know if I like what you're trying to imply, but let's do it.
Well, let's show the gatekeeper our invitation then.
I don't know why, but I'm so nervous. Probably because we don't get the invitations to big events like this very often.
Hey, this is the castle for Majesty the Queen. Unless you have official business here, you need to leave. Hey.
Hi there. We're sorry about the other day.
Oh, it's you two. You still staying in town?
Yeah, we still have some business to take care of. We have a formal invitation, so by your leave, may we pass?
A formal invitation? Proceed directly from His Grace. Whoa! It's a giant! See? Right here. Written invitation.
Handed over the invitation.
Let's see. To Zin and his team, in appreciation for your performance in the competition, you are cordially invited to a dinner party. Okay, you guys were in the martial arts competition. Right, I heard the winning team was led by a huge Eastern guy. So is that you?
You got it. We would greatly appreciate your help.
Makes sense. The headmate told us to be coming. You're missing someone. What happened to him? It's kind of impolite, I know, but it doesn't look like he's going to be able to make it. We're the only ones coming. Well, that's a pity. No matter. Go on in.
Here we go.
Now entering Zin and Company, victors of the martial arts competition. Open the gate!
Here we go. This feels foreboding. Wow. It's like the Hagen Gate, but there's something more impressive about being part of a castle. I bet it's more solid too, since it's a royal castle.
That's part of why it's impregnable. Ever since the nation was established, no enemy has ever broken through the Annenberg Wall. The capital's been ravaged by war numerous times as a result of mutinies and insurrections among the nobles. But even then, the castle held the rebel army at bay and protected the royal family and refugees. Or so the stories say.
Wow, that's pretty neat.
Very much the sort of tale one would expect from a nation with such history. Now, welcome to Her Majesty's Grancel Castle. Go right in. You'll be met by the welcoming party inside. Enjoy your evening.
This feels threatening. The only person I can really trust here is the Queen, and she's not even doing good. Holy, this place is big. Wow. You can say that again. I've never seen anything that compares to this place.
It's not just pretty, it's got history. I can really feel the traditions and rules of the old kingdom here.
Welcome to Grancel Castle. You are Zin and his team, correct? Who?
You!
Captain Amalthea. This is really unexpected, but even so.
That's right. We come at the invitation of the good Duke. And, you are?
Huh, pardon me. I am Captain Canon Amalthea of the Intelligence Division, head of Grancel Castle's defense. I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations for your championship victory. Watching the match was truly a spectacular experience.
You're too kind, really. And may I say, I didn't know they made women as young and pretty as you into captains. You must do fine work.
My, but you are the flatterer. But I'm not so young as your bracer friends. Estelle and Joshua Bright. It's been some time since the incident in Zeiss, hasn't it? Yeah, I guess it has.
Quite some time.
Unfortunately, the matter concerning Professor Russell is yet to be resolved. It appears that he and his granddaughter were abducted by a group of nefarious individuals. You wouldn't happen to know anything about that, would you?
I'm afraid not. We left the case up to the full-fledged bracers and came to Gransel. We never even heard the follow-up report on it.
I see. Truly a shame. Well, with the resources of the Intelligence Division, it's only a matter of time before the culprits are arrested. Have no fear on that score. I'll sit with her.
Understood. We trust you to take care of the professor.
Oh, absolutely. Now, we must show you to your rooms. Shea, if you would please do the honors. Yes, ma'am. See to their needs. But do not bore them with any idle chatter. Do I make myself clear? Yes, ma'am. I understand. Very good. Now, everyone, I hope you enjoy your evening. For my part, I must bid you farewell.
Don't like her.
Evil! Now that is one fine woman.
I hate to say this, then, but your taste in women is crap. There's nothing fine about that fox-faced harpy. I think that might be his favorite type of woman.
I just tend to find that women like to turn out. I just tend to find that women like that turn out be.
Hold on, I'm having a stroke here. What?
I just tend to find that women like that turn out to be pretty good people once you peel back a few layers.
Zin, you've got some awful judgment skills.
So to speak.
You're helpless.
Not that it matters, but you really do sound like a dirty old man sometimes.
Oh, my honor!
Oh, sorry about that. You were supposed to show us to our rooms, right? Yes, please, allow me. Pardon me for my not saying before, but I'm Shea, a maid here at the castle. I will be at your service this evening, from the dinner party until the morning. If anything is not to your satisfaction, please do not hesitate to let me know.
Thank you very much.
Will you please show us to our room, then?
Certainly. It's on the second floor.
Hey, do you know of a maid named Hilda? Probably shouldn't just directly ask her now that I think about it. That's probably a bad idea. Oh well. I'm still scared. This place feels like a trap. Do you think we're gonna get imprisoned here?
Oh, wow. Get a load of that chandelier. Talk about classy.
Hush, Estelle. What's that way?
That's the throne room. Her Majesty uses it to receive personal guests. It hasn't seen much use in recent days, though.
I see.
But is the Queen's condition really that bad? Isn't the birthday celebration coming up soon?
Oh, no. It's just that it's the head maid who tends to earn the royal keep of late. I shouldn't speak on subject with which I am unfamiliar. Come then, shall we?
Yeah, I can tell that even the maids are stuttering. It's just like, what's going on here? This doesn't feel right. Also, this is a awfully big place for so little people.
This is a room where you'll be staying. Please go on in.
Okay. Pardon us. It's just a jail cell. No, it's actually a genuine room.
Holy Stragas.
I never imagined we'd ever stay in a place like this.
Nice! This will make for a good story for later.
I believe there was still some time before the party. You're free to explore the castle, but the security areas are off limits. I ask that you refrain from entering those areas.
Can you be a little more specific?
Most significantly, the royal keep where the queen resides is a small palace of sorts built on the garden terrace on the roof.
Garden terrace? That sounds nice.
The terrace is where Her Majesty greets the people of Gransel during the birthday festivities. So you cannot go into the royal keep itself, but you may visit the garden terrace if you like. As for the other restricted areas, there's the royal guard room and also the treasury, I believe.
The royal guard room? I guess they're still wanted for questioning about all that terrorist stuff.
Yes. The Intelligence Division is currently occupying it. Entrance is restricted, so please abide by the rules.
Understood. By the way, what are the others who were invited doing?
They've already arrived. I imagine they're relaxing in their respective rooms.
Alright.
Samir Klaus is here too. Oh yes, he arrived some time ago. Now if you'll excuse me, I'll be off. If you need anything, please contact the first floor waiting room.
Now then. Estelle and Joshua exchanged a look that went unnoticed by Zen.
Hey, Zen. We want to go and walk around the castle for a bit.
We'll be back in time for the party.
Must be so nice to be young. I'm worn out after that tournament. No problem. Have fun. Me? I'm gonna kick back and relax in this oh-so-luxurious room.
We need to get as much done as we can before the party starts. First, Julia told us that we need to talk to the head maid, Mahilda.
I'd like to say hello to the other invitees, too. We likely know most of them. We probably do. Hi.
Oh, hey!
Ah, Joshua! Estelle! You made it! It's been quite a while.
Dean Collins!
You were invited to the banquet as well, sir?
I just arrived today via airship from Rouen. A little mayoral birdie told me you two won the tournament. Jill and everyone else will be so happy to hear it.
Thank you.
I had no idea we'd be seeing you here, Dean Collins.
Dean Collins is a member of the Royal Embassy and a man of great respect and libel. It's only fitting that he be given a seat at this banquet. A man of great respect, he says. You flatter me, Mayor.
What's the Royal Assembly?
It's a meeting held once per year to address matters affecting the kingdom. The Queen, mayors of every city, and other representatives all come together to try solving various problems of the state.
Wow, sounds big. So all those guys have been invited here tonight too?
No, I'd say only about half. Her Majesty is still ill, and General Morgan is away on official military business. And Mayor Dalmore of Rouen was arrested in a nasty affair. And Professor Russell... He's a bit too entrenched in too many unknowns right now. We don't know how true all this talk is of the Royal Guardsmen being involved in some underground terrorist organization. It's hardly a time to be holding a feast at all, if you ask me. Well, we can use this chance to see where Duke Dunon stands on all these issues. We need his permission to have an audience with Her Majesty regardless. Yes, that's the biggest issue here, without a doubt. Barring us from seeing Her Majesty is the height of idiocy and mismanagement. I would like to pay my respects to Princess Claudia as well, but it's the same story.
Princess Claudia is the Queen's granddaughter, right?
Does she live here in the castle?
No, it's my understanding her actual residence is elsewhere. But I'm told she's come to the capital as of a few days ago.
Is Chloe Claudia?
She's here then. I'd really love to meet her.
I'm sure you'll have a chance.
Is Chloe Claudia? I don't know. What are those people at the intelligence division up to? Taking important documents without official permission. This place feels evil to me.
Hey! Mayor Maybell!
And Lila!
Joshua! Estelle! Ah, here at last. I kept wondering when you'd get here. I was practically counting the seconds. So you were invited here too, Mayor? Hey, wait. You were waiting for us. How'd you know we were coming? I heard from Mayor Klaus. I heard about a pair of children who entered the tournament, won its championship, and were invited to a grand royal banquet in the castle. If I'd known, I would have cancelled my appointments to come and cheer you on. Begging your pardon, man. But that would have been quite impossible given the circumstances. Yes, I'm aware. I'm trying to be polite. Don't worry about it. I know how busy you must be. I'm sure the Queen has no time to waste at a banquet. What with everything else going on? What is Duke Dunon thinking? That captain was so stubborn about inviting me too. I had no real choice but to accept.
Do you mean Captain Amalthea?
Yes, that's her. Her words were polite enough, but she gave me an evil eye when she spoke them. I dared not refuse her request. I haven't heard from General Morgan in quite some time. Wait, does that mean...
You haven't heard any word from the Hawking Gate?
The General is unavailable. It's the longest message I've been able to wring from them. It would seem he's busy with these anti-terrorist countermeasures or what have you. I'd hoped that he'd be in attendance at this banquet hall tonight, but I guess he couldn't pull himself away.
What do you think of all this, Mayor? Putting mayors from every city in the same place at the same time like this?
Well, if the Queen were to be in attendance, I would expect some announcement of no small importance. But as it is, this feels like the Duke has too much time on his greasy, chubby hands. He's letting this position of royal proxy go to his head.
That sounds about right. There still might be some kind of official announcement, don't you think?
Well, whatever may become of the night, the Grand Chef is here as the best in all the kingdom. I plan to enjoy the dinner, pay my respects to Her Majesty, and return to Beauce post-haste.
I have this, like, very ill foreboding feeling for some reason. Maybe I'm crazy. I hope I'm crazy. But I don't know. I have an ill feeling about this. Oh, Professor! Factory Chief, sorry.
So, Joshua.
Mr. Murdoch, I thought you might be here.
With mayoral class individuals on the guest list, we had a feeling you might also be in attendance.
I must say, I never expected you two to win a tournament championship and end up hobnobbing in Gransel Castle. Cassius's kid's the bone, you are.
Yeah, it took more than our upbringing to get here. Lots of people helped along the way.
So it's been a few days. Have there been any real developments?
Well, right after you left the capital, Captain Amalthea from the Intelligence Division came knocking. She forced me to come to this banquet, but I kept my mouth shut about Lacen Fortress. Professor Russell and company are still on the run, too. Army hasn't found them yet. But the longer we keep this up, the less chance they have. It's really only a matter of time. I asked Captain Amalthea if I could see Her Majesty and wish her well, but no luck. I flat out refused. So in other words, we definitely aren't going to be able to do this the easy way.
We sure aren't. But don't you worry, because we totally got that covered.
We will get the Professor's message to Her Majesty, one way or another. I wonder what the Queen even looks like. Hi there. This is a place to talk. Please come in. We have drinks. That's about all we got, honestly. Okay, is this place gonna be gonna turn into a dungeon or something? Because this feels way too big to just be a normal place. Come on!
Oh wow, check that out. This must be the castle's garden terrace.
Yeah, I'd say so. You can see the whole lake from here, and it overlooks the town too. Must be great for reconnaissance.
As nice as this is, we really don't have time to stop and enjoy it. We got a job to do.
Come on! This is way too big for a normal area, surely. There's gotta be like, this has gotta become like a dungeon or something, surely. Like, we're gonna leave the castle and then suddenly it's gonna be under attack and we're gonna have to save Her Majesty, aren't we?
Oh.
That must be the Royal Keep.
Who are you? Hey, you two.
We're here as guests of the Duke.
Is this where Her Majesty lives?
Of course it is. But for the last few days, she hasn't been feeling so well. She's not seeing anyone right now.
Oh, you've got it all wrong. We weren't even thinking of that. I just thought it would be amazing if she were to even take notice of us.
Does Princess Clyde sleep here as well?
No, it's just... Hey. The princess is focused on looking after Her Majesty. Neither of them has time to deal with the likes of you.
Might I inquire as to what's going on here?
Whom?
Madam, we didn't know you were back already.
A dinner party will be starting soon, so I will be returning to the maid quarters. And who are our guests?
They're from the team that won the martial arts competition. It's only because of that victory that someone of a brace of social standing would ever be invited here.
Brace your social standing?
Such discourtesy! You would insult those who are personally invited to the royal castle.
No, that's not what...
Those invited by the Duke shall be treated with all the respect due to those invited by Her Majesty. I sincerely hope you have not forgotten that.
I understood.
Wow, she's intense.
Wonder who she is.
But madam, we just can't allow them to pass. We can't just allow them to pass. Surely you understand the reasons that Colonel laid out.
Yes, and I'm quite tired of hearing them repeated to me. I am terribly sorry, sir, madam. Security has been heightened, and as such, the royal keep and its surroundings are off limits. If I may ask, would you mind waiting in your rooms until the dinner party begins? All right.
That's fine. We'll do as you ask. I apologize. We weren't trying to cause any trouble.
Fine then. Just don't let this happen again. Safe return to you.
I apologize that you were subjected to such dreadful behavior. My name is Hilda.
Ah, you who we're looking for.
I'm the head maid of Gransel Castle, and I oversee all the housekeeping duties. Aha!
We had a feeling.
Forgive my rudeness, but are we previously acquainted? Well, someone told us about you.
And Julius Laird Hilda.
I know this handwriting. You see?
We also have our bracer emblems and identification with us.
I see. Please, come with me to the maid's sitting room. We can discuss the matter further once we are there. I understand. You need to deliver Professor Russell's message to Her Majesty, correct? Right. If now's not a good time, we can try later, but... No, it's not an issue. But those special opsmen have had the royal keep under constant surveillance for some time now. Only the Duke, the Colonel, and hired attendants such as myself are allowed in. Which means that a private audience is probably a no-go.
What do you think, Estelle? We'd ask Hilda to relay the professor's message to Her Majesty.
No, I'd really rather speak to her face-to-face. There are just too many particulars we don't know, and that we really need to discuss directly. Like what Duke Danon and Colonel Richard are after. Estelle and Joshua, I have a bit of an idea. Can I get you to return here once the dinner party is over? Why?
Have you thought of a way for us to see Her Majesty?
I believe I have. It may be difficult, but I think it's worth a try. I'm going to need some time to get ready, so can you come back up to after the dinner party? Awesome.
Understood. We'll be back then.
I'll be waiting. Food prep is done, so I think we'll begin serving shortly. For now, it's probably best that you wait in your room.
Well, she seems chill.
Zin! Help! Hey guys, talk about being late. The party's about to start, you know.
Sorry. We got so caught up in sightseeing that we lost track of time. Plus, we also talked to all the mayors.
Huh. Well, aren't we well connected?
We're close friends with the mayor of Roland. Plus, we've met the other mayors in the course of our travels.
Ah, I see. I guess your work as bracers has caused you to meet quite a few big shots. You two sure get around for being junior bracers.
Yeah, you might say that. Have you done any bracer assignments since we came to Grancel? I guess it's not all that different in other countries, right?
Right. For full-fledged bracer, nationality isn't an issue when it comes to your work. Prelim fights and legal procedures at the embassy kept me too busy to get any actual work done, though. But hey, there are 4 other bracers on duty too, so which isn't so bad.
Normally that would be enough to handle most cases, I'd imagine. But with all of them concentrated in Grancel, that must make it tough to handle any cases in other regions.
Yeah, could be.
I feel like a goose just walked over my grave. I wonder what's going on with Shara back in Roland.
Now that name rings a bell. You wouldn't happen to be talking about Sherazard, would you?
You know her?
Yeah, hang on. You know Sherazard? She's our mentor, and she's been a close friend for ages.
Oh, okay, makes sense. I met her a long time ago when a case brought her to Calvard. She was fortunate to have a good master working with them from such a young age.
Her master?
Yeah, probably Dad. Hello?
Please, pardon me. The table for the dinner party has been set. May I show you the way?
Sure, I was getting bored with waiting anyhow. All right, wanna go and eat fancy?
Sure, that fight left me starving. Let's go and dig in.
Come on, you two. It'd be nice if you two didn't completely forget your table manners for once.
This is a dinner party, right? What's with all the empty plates then? Plenty of knives and forks, though.
It's a stabbing competition! Throw the knives! That's because it's a formal dinner. Everything comes out in a specific order, starting with hors d'oeuvres. Hors d'oeuvres. Then you use the knives and forks from the outside in.
And that's all part of having good table manners? Yeah, and here comes the anxiety attack. It's really not so bad. It does mean that you get to have some of the finest food available. Manners and etiquette are secondary.
Indeed, indeed. I'm told that you're acquainted with everyone who will be attending. No need to get stressed out.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Please don't encourage her.
On that note, is that gentleman accompanying you going to be okay with a knife and fork?
Is Zin's gonna end up picking one up and it just disintegrates in his hand?
I'm told that folks from the east usually eat with chopsticks.
You've done your research. However, I'm a firm believer that in the winning liberal do as the librarians do policy. I'm not especially skilled with them, but I will use a knife and fork.
My, how elegantly handled. I'm impressed. You're as much a gentleman as you are a martial arts champion.
You flatter me.
Boy, he really is a complete sucker for a prey face.
I think he's more being polite than a lech, though.
Anyway, His Grace is really late. I wonder what he's up to. Indeed. So, if the seat ahead of the table is for the Duke, then who might that other one be for? Indeed. Perhaps it's intended for Princess Claudia.
Your attention, ladies and gentlemen. My humblest apologies for the long delay. Hello. Presenting His Grace the Duke.
Hello. Well then, I must apologize for making you wait so. I'm afraid that I was in a meeting from which I could not break away. This gentleman is Colonel Richard, commanding officer of the Royal Intelligence Division. I've invited him here to thank him for his tireless efforts in helping to deal with the terrorist situation.
It's a pleasure to meet you all. I was quite gratified to be invited to this occasion by our Honorable Duke. I ask that you pardon my uncouth soldier's uniform and allow me to sit with you.
You've got to be kidding me. We're having dinner with him?
I suspected this might happen, but it's so unnerving.
Excellent, excellent. What say you, Mayor Maybell? What do you think of Grancel Castle's master chef? Is his cooking not on par with that found in Bose's Enteros restaurant?
Yes, it is quite remarkable. The wine selection also perfectly complements the meal. I must want to try hiring him away.
You are not the first to say such things. And what of you, Zim? Wasn't it? Is the food to your liking? Oh, it's excellent. I don't have the words to describe the sense of refinement and depth. I certainly believe I could develop a real taste for Liberian cuisine, though. Good, good. I'm glad to hear it. And you, young bracers? I imagine you've never experienced such fine food in your life before.
It's extremely delicious. Far more worthy of being associated with the royal family than the person who invited us.
Indeed, it is a genuine feast. Did you just indirectly insult me? Huh?
It's certainly delicious food. And we couldn't miss a chance to end so prestigious an event as this. Thank you very much for your grace invitation. And Estelle, what the hell?
Very kind of you to say so. Did that woman just indirectly insult me somehow? Oh well. I do finally remember what my butler has been telling me about. We met before during the Rouen incident. Perhaps our fates are linked in some bizarre fashion.
Yes, sir. Maybe so. So he forgot all about us until his butler reminded him.
Come, let us put social classes and ranks aside for the evening. Food is abundant and the wine flows free. So enjoy to your heart's content.
Your Grace, if we could, I'd like to do as we discussed first.
Oh yes, that's a fine idea. Actually, I have something important to say to you fine folk who represent the kingdom. I use the celebration as the place to make an important announcement. An announcement? And what might that be? I believe I will allow Colonel Richard to explain in detail.
Thank you. As you are no doubt already aware, Her Majesty has been in poor health of late. However, she's been recovering and may grace us with a public appearance soon.
Oh, that's excellent news.
Could we possibly go in and check on her?
Unfortunately, she does not consider that to be a wise decision at the moment. Within a few days, it seems likely that the terrorists plaguing the kingdom will be swept away. In light of that, the Queen's birthday celebrations will be held as originally planned.
Well, our citizens will surely be happy to hear this news, as they have been looking forward to it. But surely that is not all you wish to tell us. Right, if that were all, you could have just sent along a message.
Indeed, you are correct. Her Majesty is continuing to recover, as was previously stated. However, given the gravity of her condition, she has also issued a proclamation. Due to her tenuous health, she has stated that she wishes to abdicate the throne and turn over royal authority to her nephew, Duke Dunan.
Uh-oh.
What?
Is this true? Joshua, this is...
Yeah, the conspiracy finally makes its appearance.
I was surprised when Her Majesty first broached the subject as well, but her illness has left her quite frail. But it is only natural. She has ruled the kingdom for 40 years, leading it through times of strife and war. All without a husband, I might add. Given that, I wish to relieve her of the stress of her duties following the festival's successful conclusion. As the heir to the throne, the decisions are mine to make.
How terrible.
Is Her Majesty's condition truly that severe? How much shame that I never noticed any signs in any of my annual visits.
Isn't this far too serious a matter to discuss at what is supposed to be a casual dinner? Pardon my rudeness, but this all seems to stretch credulity.
Mayor Maybell, are you saying that you cannot take His Grace at his word?
No, nothing of the sort. I simply mean that as an elected official, I don't understand why the successor to the throne can't be elected in the same fashion.
That's true. If possible, I'd like to hear this directly from Her Majesty.
Your unease is quite understandable. But we do ask that you try to maintain your composure and allow us to continue. As mentioned earlier, I believe Her Majesty will give a formal announcement herself during the festival. Could you be persuaded to shelve your doubts until then?
Well,
this issue is basically this. Once this becomes common knowledge, we cannot know how the citizens will react. That is why we are telling the leaders first, to help stave off any chaos or public disorder before it happens. This was also the decision of His Grace.
Well, yes, this is true.
Also, the Queen's abdication of the throne will have international repercussions. The other nations on the continent will have their eyes on us, and we must be watchful for any action on the part of the Erebonians. Surely you can see why it's necessary to show unified support for the new king. This is the world in which we are going to be living.
It makes it sound so rational.
yeah, he's quite the master manipulator. In other words, the official decree will be given during the birthday celebrations. But you thought it best to inform us first so that we can be prepared for any issues that may arise, correct?
I'm glad to see that we have an understanding.
Well, if this all comes to pass, we're going to find ourselves quite busy.
Yes, and we'll have to announce it to the citizens.
I have a question. I believe that the Duke has a fair claim to the throne. However, is there not another who has the same right of succession?
Well,
No doubt you're referring to Her Majesty's granddaughter, Princess Claudia. It is true that she and His Grace have an equal claim to the throne, but it would appear that Her Majesty did not choose her due to her tender age. And I must say, I agree with her wisdom in the matter. I should hardly like to impose such responsibility upon a girl so young.
yes, absolutely. For the time being, I believe it would be best for Claudia to find a fine marriage prospect. Though it is strictly informal, there is already interest from the royal families of a number of other nations. Perhaps a royal wedding could take place as soon as this year.
Oh my!
I understand. If that happens, then we'll have two major events to celebrate.
I honestly think she's a bit young for marriage. Excuse me, may I ask a question?
Sin?
I don't mind, speak freely. Sorry to seem rude, but this doesn't seem like the kind of conversation you want outsiders hearing, particularly a foreigner. So how come you're making this announcement now?
That is solely because of the serendipitous turn of events that allowed Braces to win the championship. We had wanted to inform the guild of this in advance as well. We've already discussed the idea with Her Majesty.
Gotcha. I guess Libro's military and bracers are on just as good of terms as the stories say.
That is because we lack the military strength of the Empire of the Republic. The harsh reality is that keeping close relations with each other is a must. In any event, do you now understand our intentions?
Yeah, all right. We'll pass on what we've learned here to the guild then. Man, I've heard some pretty unbelievable conversations in my time, but that was something else. I mean, I'm a foreigner after all, so it's not that big a deal for me, but I bet that's huge news for you guys too, though.
Of course it is! I can't believe things have gone this far already!
Huh?
Never mind. But really, what a shame. The food was so amazing it practically melts in the mouth. Couldn't tell what the last flavor was, though.
Understandable enough. But anyway, did you want to go over a walk to work off some of that rich food to sell?
Huh? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I could go for a little bit of fresh air.
You just played tourist a little while ago, and now you want to take an after-dinner walk? I sure don't get it. Must be a local thing.
I think you're exaggerating a bit.
You haven't gone out to take in the sights. There is a lot of historic architecture around here, you know.
If the mood hits me, I might still give it a shot. On the other hand, the kitchen may still have some leftover food.
You gotta be kidding me, you're still hungry?
If you had a blade to my throat, my dying wish would be for some liquor and a snack. I might go and hunt up a bar or something in a little bit.
Things have gotten serious. We really have to find a way to get in to see Her Majesty.
First things first, we go talk to the head maid, Hilda, like we promised. She probably knows a way for us to speak directly to the Queen.
Fine by me.
Come on! Oh, it's you.
What?
Ah! Colonel Richard.
Estelle and Joshua. This is our first opportunity to truly speak face to face, I believe.
The last time we saw one another was right after Mayor Dalmar was arrested, wasn't it? I'm honestly surprised that you remember us.
I realized that we exchanged a few words, but you made quite an impression on me. My curiosity was piqued, so I did a bit of checking up on you. I was quite surprised to learn that you were the children of Colonel Cassius.
How'd you find that out?
Please understand, I'm not trying to show off the Intelligence Division's capabilities. I'm greatly indebted to him for our time together in the army. Indeed, more than words can properly express. Might I persuade you to stay a while and talk? I was hoping to speak with you two for quite some time now.
Huh? Pardon me, Colonel, but don't you have a meeting with His Grace?
I don't mind being a bit late. Ah, yes, if we're going to talk, why don't we use the lounge inside? I'll mix you up a couple of virgin cocktails.
I'll prepare them, sir.
No, that won't be necessary. I want you to go to His Grace and inform him that I'll be delayed.
Yes, sir.
What the? Huh?
Pardon me, then.
Why was she suddenly furious?
Now then, shall we retire to the lounge? Please, follow me.
Joshua, what should we do?
I don't see where we have much choice but to follow him. We'll be a little late, but we can talk to the head mayor later. Ah, crap.
I met Cassius shortly after I graduated from the military academy. I was assigned to a mobile unit that was under his command. And since that time, I have found myself in his debt again and again, both personally and professionally.
He did? And, what did you think of him at the time?
To put it simply, he was a hero. And a master swordsman to boot. No matter the scenario, he could find a way to handle any number of battlefronts in every direction. It wasn't just a matter of sheer tactics. He understood and could direct high-level strategy as well. Quite simply, he was a man without peer.
If I didn't know any better, I'd say we were talking about two different people.
So you were with our father during the 100 Days War?
Yes, he was my CO. Even now, I can still vividly remember the excitement that filled me as we executed his plan that turned the war's tide. Anytime I get to thinking about those days, time just runs away with me. But this much I can tell you. If Cassius Bright had not been part of the Royal Army, Liberl would now be part of the Erebonian Empire.
No way. That's kind of hard to believe.
Well, as a hero, he had a knack for doing unbelievable things. He left the army immediately after the war, declining even a medal from the Queen, so few know of his achievements. But inside the army, many soldiers still hold him up as the prime example of what a hero should be.
He never said one word about this to me.
Well, it's not really the kind of thing you tell your daughter. It's not fair to criticize him for that.
Hey, whose side are you on? And besides, why doesn't any of this shock you like it shocks me? Did you already know about all this or something?
Well, I didn't know that he was Colonel Richard's superior officer. The rest I knew about vaguely.
Vaguely? You're an accomplice.
Hey, calm down. It's not like he told me any of it, I just figured a lot of it out. He told me he didn't feel like it was something worth going out of his way to tell others about.
I just don't get it. When he comes back, he is so in trouble.
Please excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt.
No, seeing you like this is actually a bit of a relief. When I found out that your father was intending to leave the military, I desperately tried to stop him. But it seems that by leaving, he did what was best for himself after all. After losing his dear wife, maybe being with you was all that could help him recover.
Colonel Richard.
Now then, I thank you for taking the time to come here. I really can't keep the Duke waiting, so I'm afraid you'll have to excuse me.
Oh, all right.
Our apologies for making you so late.
Not at all. You both have told me the one thing I wanted the most to know, and thus I have no regrets.
Huh?
How's that again?
I'm sure we'll have a chance to speak again soon. Cassius might even be with us then, to share the stories.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Okay, who was that man and what has he done with Colonel Richard?
What are you babbling about now?
It's just that it's weird to hear him talking about Dad that way.
Do you think Colonel Richard genuinely wants what's best for people? For, like, people like Cassius and even Joshua and Estelle? And do you think he genuinely believes that what he's doing is right? Why did Cassius go missing? Why did he leave the military? Like, so suddenly. So suddenly that he didn't even accept his medal or anything. Ain't that strange? Like, come on. Man.
I wasn't expecting him to be so, well, nice.
True, he doesn't seem all that villainous anyway. Even so, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion that he's got something up his sleeve. For now, we should probably put the issue of Dad aside.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I hate to say it, but I think that he might have been playing nice just because he could get something out of it. He's an intelligence officer, so he probably thinks that fooling a couple of kids is as easy as could be.
Don't you think that's going a little too far?
You might be right. Let me be the one who's mistrustful of others. You should just follow your instincts and believe whatever you think to be right.
Huh?
But just make sure you're prepared for anything. Don't let your guard down. I'd say embrace your job is pretty much that, in fact.
Okay, I got it. I'll keep it in mind.
Thank you, Estelle.
Thank you. What the heck are you thanking me for? Anyway, we need to go back and see Hilda. She's probably sick of waiting for us.
Yeah, we should be in the May Corps. Hurry! Before she gets angry! Sorry!
Oh, there you are. I've been waiting for you. You're awfully late, aren't you? Sorry about that. We kinda got caught by Colonel Richard. Did you know?
He has some things to tell us about our dad. I don't think he has any idea what we're up to, though.
I see. Ah yes, our letter of introduction did mention that you were Mr. Cassius's children. I can understand at least some of how Colonel Richard feels. Oh, do you know our dad too? He used to come here when he worked as General Morgan's aide-de-camp. I'm told that he was a school friend of the late Prince's, Her Majesty's son.
Late Prince? Princess Claudia's father.
Yes, he was killed 15 years ago in a tragic shipwreck. Would that he was still alive today, none of this would be happening. Huh?
Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
But lamenting what might have been is a fool's errand. Evening is fast approaching. We must make our preparations at once. Come on in, Shea. Oh, hey, aren't you...
Shea, right?
Yes, thank you for remembering. You look well, Estelle, Joshua. I've been told of your current predicament. You won't find a more dependable child. She's a great help to us whenever the princess is in the castle. Princess Claudia?
That shouldn't pose a problem.
Thank you. If you're ready, you should go change into your uniforms. The ribbons and the headpiece are tricky, so I'll adjust them for you.
What do you mean?
Estella's going to need to dress as one of the maids in order to get into the royal keep. A little playing with the hair and you'll blend right in.
Oh, I get it. Uniforms don't allow much in the way of personalization. That should be ideal for sneaking in.
Huh, me in a maid's outfit. I've been wanting to try one since we first met Lila. Cute, breezy, and easy to move in. Well, if our uniforms weren't easy to move in, they make the cleaning much more difficult.
So wait, what is Joshua gonna do? Is Joshua gonna have to cross-dress again?
I thought so. Let's get this sucker on me.
Why so excited? I'm glad you're in high spirits, but you need to remember your manners in front of the queen. You won't have me to lean on this time.
Why not? You're changing too, aren't you?
Wait, not again! Not again!
Pardon? I mean, he did play the princess during the play at a campus festival.
No! Estelle, please!
Is there really that much a difference between the fancy dress and a maid outfit?
That's different. It was a play. I can't appear before Her Majesty in a women's clothes.
Oh, you'll be fine. It's not all shameful or anything. Besides, you made such a gorgeous princess.
Not this again. Cut the jokes, will you? Hilda, Shea, help me out here. Say something. I said help me, not anyone.
I see. That shouldn't pose a problem. Shea, don't you have that extra hairpiece designed for the princess? Yes, it's never been used so. He has that full dark hair, so it'd probably look good on him.
Hey, hold on a second.
Well, looks like the 3-to-1 vote. Majority rules. This way, please. We can use this as a changing room.
Why? Wait a minute. I don't remember ever agreeing to changing. Help! All right. If I have to change, I can do it myself. Shay, you're not planning on using makeup too, are you?
Kids these days. Oh my. Ta-da! What do you think? I think it suits her very well. Such a bright, active maid in training, and after only just coming to the castle too, you certainly have me convinced. And with the hair down like that, no one will be any wiser. Perhaps you'd like to work at Gransel Castle for real when this is all settled. Well, we already work as bracers, so, anyway. Come on, Joshua, get out of here.
I don't wanna. No chance I can talk you out of this.
Not at all. You're just making this take longer.
Fine. You're impossible sometimes. Help me. He's beautiful. Thanks, game. Nick.
Well, it's almost frightening how good that looks. Isn't it awesome? It looks better on him than it does on me, and I'm an actual girl. A bit of makeup can make all the difference in the world.
Please just say you're done.
Well, I suppose so. I'll show you the way to the Royal Keep. You need to make certain you watch me and learn how a maid handles herself. Yes, ma'am. We're finally gonna meet the Queen in person.
Yeah, this is the do or die moment. You have to stay focused and get to the Royal Keep.
It's hard to take you seriously in that outfit.
Well, excuse me. This was your idea. I can't believe you got the nerve to pick on.
Sorry, don't get all mad. I'll treat you to some ice cream later, okay?
I'm not like you. I'm not obsessed with food.
Hey, I'm not obsessed with food. They get along so well, don't they? We're out of time. Let's go to the Royal Keep.
Duh, wait! Oh, that's weird. That's really weird, actually. That's exceedingly weird. I'm curious. What if I go... I want to go see Zin. Zin!
What's this? What magnificent architecture. What fantastic design. And the castle's not bad either. Miss, I think I should have to request a room clean post-haste.
Probably... I'm going upstairs. Poor Joshua.
Hilda, what business do you have with Her Majesty at this hour?
I'm bringing some tea and spoons at her request. The current situation means that Her Majesty is denied the right to even go about her daily life as she wishes, after all.
Harsh words. Who are these maids with you? I don't recognize them.
His Grace ordered me to hire on some additional staff to help. They've only just arrived at the castle today.
Really now? Hey, you're pretty cute.
Thank you.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling we've met before?
You stare so hard at every young lady you see. I do hope you're not thinking any untold thoughts. I'd rather think that His Grace and the Colonel would disapprove.
Hey, it's not like that! We're the leader of the Royal Army. We wouldn't do that.
All's well then. Now, will you please allow us to pass?
Pardon us, ladies. Please go on ahead.
It worked. We're in.
Phew, that was intense. Thanks, Hulda. You're a real lifesaver.
Yeah, that was really well done.
I'm just glad I could help. Now then, are you planning to change your clothes before going to see Her Majesty? If you prefer, I can just show you the way now. I think I'm okay as is.
Boy clothes, now.
Help me.
Oh, for the love of... Why are you always so self-conscious? What's wrong with what you had on?
Aren't we gonna have to put it back on anyways?
It's not an issue of self-consciousness.
By the way, Hilda, is this room what I think it is?
Yes, it is Princess Claudia's bedroom. But she rarely sleeps in the castle, so the room is all but unused. Huh, no kidding. But I heard that the princess was sending to the queen.
I guess that's just gossip then.
You'd have to ask Her Majesty for the full details. Her room is on the second floor of the Royal Keep. I'll take you there.
We're still following with the lady. This kind of feels intimidating, I'm gonna be real with you.
I beg your pardon, Your Majesty. I brought the two I spoke of before. This is Joshua and Estelle. Thank you kindly. By all means, enter. As you wish. I'll wait for you here. You two go on in. Right.
Parnas. Here we go.
Oh,
Hi.
I bid you welcome. My name is Alicia von Auslees. I am the 26th monarch of the nation of Libra. I'm Estelle Bright. I'm a junior bracer of the Bracer Guild.
And I'm Joshua Bright, of the same affiliation. It's a great honor to meet you, Your Majesty.
Estelle and Joshua, I have truly been looking forward to meeting you both. I regret that I cannot offer you proper hospitality, but I prepared some tea. Please have some and relax. I see. So Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbment capable of negating all other orbital energies. And you say that the Colonel has acquired it.
The professor told us that you might have some idea what he tends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything?
I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I am worrying about nothing, but even so...
Excuse me, but what is this vague idea do you have?
I suppose there's no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grancel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate.
Oh, he's gonna use the Black Orbment to control whatever it is, isn't he? Huh. Did this happen in the vicinity of the sewers?
No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned.
Wow. So, it was a bona fide artifact then? Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again, you find one that still functions, like Mayor Dalmore's family heirloom.
And something like that is beneath Grancel. So, what does that tell us about the Gospel?
Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions? So, that implies that he wants to stop whatever the artifact is, right? But it raises the winning question of all. What is the artifact doing? That implies that he wants to stop whatever the artifact is down there from working. In which case, it's currently doing something. Something that is probably really normal right now, but if it were to turn off, it would be very obvious. But what would that be? Could it do that?
Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it's beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record.
I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble's on the way.
Honestly, just as I start to think that maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. When someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us bracers come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter.
You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty.
He was a friend of my late son's, and a great savior to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me.
Really? I didn't know that.
I imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told?
Well, nothing super detailed.
Perhaps then there's the role that I am meant to play. Estelle and Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Is no indulgence, Your Majesty.
10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must omit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Liberl. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days' War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Halkan Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Liberl had become occupied territory, save for Grancel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire royal army. The reinforcements from Calvin were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Gransel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that no one could have imagined. Patrol airships had been developed and were used to recapture Libro's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leiston Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Bose, Roland. With their supply line severed, Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind the plan for the counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. It was your father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterwards, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septium Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I'm sure you know. Cassius was not able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. And he believed that the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death.
Damn, so he thought he killed his own wife, basically. That's what he believed. And yet, there's no denying the good he did by saving in freaking Liberal. But again, he did.
Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer. All to stay with the only one he had left. You. And this time he saw he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad. That idiot. It wasn't his fault that Mom died. How could he even think that?
So,
Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so, I'm sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I've wished to apologize to you for so long. But you don't need to apologize. You've protected the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended Libro in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mom gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart, and I am grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish for you to put yourself in danger. I would like you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. But Julia, I mean, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I'm grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius's absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Roland and wait for your father to return. But...
if I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it is held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze.
Joshua...
if the Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of Liberal, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that.
Your Majesty? Right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Skyband incident, we got that letter in the package, and we've been running all around creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. So that everyone we've met, everyone we care about, can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you. And just like Mom and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right. And I really want to see it through. Estelle. It seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty.
My liege, we will do whatever you ask.
My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Claudia. Aha, so the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as the successor to the throne.
In other words, Duke Dunan was out of the running.
Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean toward the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some.
Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume.
Quite right. Claudius' pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that Libero would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows.
I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture.
So if Libero became a militarized country, what would happen then?
A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chest. Orbital weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. Wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. And no doubt contracting Jaeger Corps would be made legal, which is not the case at present.
Oh no. Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all.
I feel the same way, Your Majesty.
Yeah, makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic, and so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I loved about my country be destroyed simply because of blood ties. Still, she's my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax.
We hear you and comply with your request. We will see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her.
Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all that I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it.
What a totally awesome person. Yeah, the Queen was nice.
Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old.
Cool. Did you actually call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern a whole country.
Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her.
That's definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can.
Right. But, you know, I'm still thinking about what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Estelle and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh, yeah. Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late?
The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's going to make the guards suspicious. Ow.
Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda?
Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy.
That's not fair. But please, relax. We are patriots to the core.
That's good to hear. Now I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave.
By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them?
Dorothy!
That's a very modern name. Pardon my saying so, but it doesn't sound right for you.
Ain't that the truth?
How about you, miss?
You may call me Karen.
Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name.
You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself.
Are you now? All right, we're with Special Ops. My name is...
I think that's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work.
No, I mean, at least not from us. Please, be safe on your way home.
Get out of here!
Well, aren't you, Mr. Popularity? It's like their eyes all changed when you told them your name.
Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in on the conversation.
Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there.
What's all this noise about?
Oh, crap.
Oh, Duke Dunan.
As a lady of the court. Hey, you maids. You look familiar.
These two are the new hires who I'm instructing. This is Dorothy, and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Do you recognize us?
Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us.
Come now, Philip, enough of the staring. It's quite unusual to see coming from you. Stiff upper lip and all.
Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy.
Oh, no, it's no bother. Please, don't concern yourself.
You know, now I stop and look at you, I must say you both are quite lovely. Oh, you with the brown hair, you have a very healthy, clean look to you. As for you, I personally think you look best with that raven hair of yours even longer.
I'm honored.
Hey, yes. Dorothy, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening.
Your Grace!
I don't want to serve him tea.
I don't think tea is what he wants served.
Your Grace, your flirtations, while flattering, are best saved for another time and place. All the maids in the castle work directly in service of Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten.
I know, some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The castle will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then.
Your Grace, please, no more of it. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for
I said I was just joking! Enough! I'm going to bed.
As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there.
All right, Dorothy. You just let me know if you have any problems. Anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give.
Thank you very much.
Are you cute? Yes, good.
I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please, set your mind at ease.
I should certainly hope so.
I'm truly sorry. Madam and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave.
I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philp personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves.
I see.
He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge.
Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you.
Please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Oh, right, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late?
Well, you see...
Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company.
Estelle!
Huh? Come closer.
Hilda whispered something diabolical into Estelle's ears. Yeah, that's about right.
Now do you understand? Yes?
Hopeless. Completely hopeless.
Thanks for everything, both of you.
If not for you, I don't know what we would have done.
Please, it's the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask you complete the request she's made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes. I regret that I rarely ever get a chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her.
Shall we be going? How much you want to bet she's being kidnapped, kept in the royal, oh, right, we have to go to our room, right. How much you want to bet that she's being kept in the, villa?
What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour?
Amalthea? Captain Amalthea?
Good evening. I realize that you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around?
Please, pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this, and we couldn't resist the urge to take a look around.
Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification.
I was hungry.
Oh, that's strange. I was making my rounds through there, so I never saw you. Well, come, let's not waste time on games. Actually, I've received reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters several times. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place? What?
You don't think that questioning someone like that when you already have the facts is a little cruel?
I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly.
Well, oh, Stella, Joshua.
You've been here the whole time.
Is it Zin? Zin! Zin!
So, Joshua.
Oh, great, he's drinking.
Oh, that stuff.
You're drunk.
Oh, oops. Sorry. Hey, my favorite gorgeous office lady. Nice, some luck that we meet up again, huh?
I suppose.
So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble?
Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid course for a while. I merely want to know their business simply as a security precaution.
Yeah, I totally get you. I just am off to find some munchies to go with my booze. Hey, Joshua, you guys find anything to eat?
No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck.
Oh, well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, a great idea. You all come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady.
I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your rooms and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course.
It is late. We should probably just get to bed.
Very good then. Now, if you'll excuse us.
Zin, you are a lifesaver.
Oh, denied. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room.
Right.
We'll go with you. Somehow a drunken Zin saved us. Or are you really drunk?
Looks like we managed to convince her at least.
What? Sin, aren't you drunk?
I was acting drunk. Haven't had a single drop.
You were acting?
No way, your face had even gone all red.
He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. It's done with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right?
Huh, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. But hey, you seem to be in a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes.
You're an evil, evil man, Zen. Okay, sure, you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me.
Sorry about that. So, what's the story?
What story?
I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the queen.
How the hell? Whoa, wait, what? How did you...
Did Eldon tell you something about this?
Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I?
Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have guessed. So how much do you really know?
I guess it's finally time to show you this.
Zin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua.
Eh? What's this?
I know this handwriting.
Well, don't just stand there. Read it. I'll explain a lot.
Okay.
Dear Zin Vathek, I hope this letter finds you well. I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberal, I feel uneasy about being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favor of you. Could I persuade you to come to Liberal and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to Liberal before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There's a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make for fine camouflage. I realize this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberal before the festival, so hopefully we can have a drink together when I return.
Cassius Bright! What do you mean?
How the hell does Cassius know everyone? P.S. You may have a chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So, Dad actually asked you to come to Liberal. Your ass was here for us the whole time! Which means he's in Erebonia now.
That's the long and short of it.
The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with him all along.
That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owed Master Cassius a favor from the time he spent in Calvard. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again.
I suppose. When did you realize that we were his kids?
I had a feeling from the outset when I saw Estelle's techniques with the bow staff. I asked Kilika about it and that confirmed it.
It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick wondering where Dad's been.
I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything.
So Cassius is fine. He's just in Erebonia. We were never going to find him, but he's not... But as far as we know, he should be fine. He's just in Erebonia.
But I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright. If you can pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience with the Queen.
I suppose so. He knows this much. It wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right?
I agree. It'd probably be best to fill us in on everything. It's a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. Estelle and Joshua told how they managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Claudia.
I see. I thought some of them seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then, I'll help you out with that little request.
What? You will?
Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help.
We'd be glad to.
Thank you once again. I get the feeling, is Zin going to be one of our final party members for this game?
Where the hell is this? What is this?
What is it?
That's what I'm saying!
We just entered a freaking Legend of Zelda temple all of a sudden. What's happening?
What is this place? I never would have imagined something like this even existed.
What is this?
It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level.
Yes, sir.
What the? What the?
Oh, is that some kind of mechanical monster?
Well, these must be the archaisms. The archaisms.
Archaisms?
Holy shit! He took the thing out in one stroke!
You are the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back.
You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well as, was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you studied under the Divine Blade himself. I am humbled.
I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to wait, will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Liberal. I expect only the best of each of you.
By your order, sir! We as a special ops will work as one for the Colonel. Oh. For the glory of Liberal! For the glory of Liberal!
How much you want to bet they're gonna get unlock some sort of ancient, forbidden, secret like power, and it's gonna corrupt the entire world?
I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. I'm amazed that you were able to deliver the professor's message to Her Majesty in person.
We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck gonna be on our side?
Yeah, we're really gonna have to stay focused.
If you understand that already, then there's nothing more that I need to tell you. In any case, we consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done.
First class junior bracer. Gladiator belt.
Now then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself.
No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand out and by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end.
I knew we could count on you, Zen. By the way, what's this A-rank business?
It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks ranging from G on the bottom up to A rank at the top.
B's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zen.
Well, I may be A-ranked, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A-rankers across the continent. But above that, there's an informal S rank. The only one that one's only granted bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent.
Oh, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they can do.
You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right?
Sorry, but yes, I did. He solved a major case for the Republic 5 years ago.
I swear, it's hardly even worth getting upset about it anymore. Royal Army Soldier, Hidden Heroes, Divine Blades, S-Rank Bracer. If he's really so damn awesome, it sure would have been nice if he'd come back and take care of this case.
You may be right. If you were here with us, perhaps this never would have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible.
Joshua? What's wrong?
Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned this coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least, it's just the impression I have.
Oh.
So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure from the Empire. Am I correct?
You know, that's not a bad assumption. I mean, think about it. Think about it from the perpetrator's perspective. If Cassius was out, if you had Cassius in Liberal, you would have to deal with the strongest bracer basically in existence. A guy who's literally managed to turn an entire war on his own, basically, with his decision making. That'd be one hell of a fight to have. So having him out of the picture, finding the most convenient time when he's suddenly gone, that probably works perfectly. No, I'm sure that I would be overthinking things. I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behavior patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off.
Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close.
Don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that the 2 major events happen to overlap with each other.
Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I'm resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for.
Huh?
All other things are being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The 3rd article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in the fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. But we're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all bracers in Grancel, including Zin, of course.
Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get.
Ideally, we should have the cooperation of the other branches. The checkpoints have been completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity.
What?
So basically, it amounts to martial law.
So the enemy is finally moving to full tilt.
This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we have to do it with the resources on hand.
Oh, fun. But we're up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held?
That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Herb Royal Villa.
That's the building in the forest, right?
That makes sense.
The soldiers are using it under the pretense of counterterrorism. Few would question it. And I can't imagine they'd want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Lacen Fortress.
Considering it's the army we're going to be going against here, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we sold the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it.
Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any braces currently in the royal city. Could I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you are friends with you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Niall?
Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant.
Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia.
Since she helped us with the invitation before, we should go let her know what's going on. So, off to the cathedral then?
There are four of the braces in the city. Kurt, Grant, Connor, and Annalise. Check the bars in their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing.
Alright then, off we go.
Holy crap. What about Olivier? Olivier, are you in here? Oh, Grant.
Hey, it's Grant.
Oh, wow, if it isn't the big bad champions. There you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good?
Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about.
Oh, something on your mind?
Estelle explained the situation and the Queen's request to Grant.
Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? You're nuts. Every word is true. I'd stake my reputation on it. If Sydney and Movehol's moved by this, then that's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on it.
Thanks, Grant.
We'll all be meeting at the Guildhouse to plan our strategy as soon as possible. So if you please, head over there when you can.
Understood. Go well, friends. I'll catch up with you there.
Thanks.
I want to see if we can find Olivier. He's probably actually, you know what? He's probably at the embassy. Still being grilled. Let's see. Who's next? Sister.
Sister Ellen, for chance. Believe the Archbishop knows her whereabouts. She's be in the sacramental chamber southeast of this room. Yeah? Oh. Must be a parting. No. And who might you be?
We're members of, the Bracers. The Bracer Guild, I mean.
We're looking for a Sister Ellen? No. Might I suggest that you share your complicity with her then?
What? With a nun? Ew, no.
He's asking if we know her real identity, Estelle. We're here with information she asked us to find. I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left.
Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone?
If only I did. I've been close to the royal family for many years, and she always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time, she refused to give me any details. She no doubt wished to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry, though. She had a light of hope in her eyes as she departed. I'm confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause.
Well, that's good, at least. But the thing is, we kinda need her to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen.
Well, begging for rain in the desert is only going to get you sand. You should probably go. The best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for other royal guardsmen.
Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got. You seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Aidios helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Aidios will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path.
Thank you. Next up, Niall.
Niall! Dorothy!
This is weird, Chief. We haven't heard anything in 2 days.
Well, he does tend to get wrapped up when he's looking for his next big story. But given how close we are to the state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. Huh?
Dorothy!
Oh, hi, guys.
Hello, Dorothy. Furnace. Where's Niall?
Hey, it's the tournament champions. I'm the editor-in-chief of the Liberal News. Niall and Dorothy have told me quite a bit about the two of you. Still in Joshua the Bracer Guild, right?
Good afternoon.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We've always enjoyed your magazine.
Well, that's always good to hear. Aren't you two doing something for Niall?
Oh, yes.
That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Niall hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything.
Huh?
Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago.
Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him for Ios' sake. We came here to talk to him after the semifinals. Oh, right. Now you mention it. So, did he say anything to you? Like where he was going?
Oh yeah, someone had called him. Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone, then said he had to leave. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Yeah, he got a call on that phone behind us.
Oh no, I can't believe Niall's dead.
He's not dead.
Who said he was dead? Today's when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday, though, so maybe he went to another province?
I already inquired with the landing port's passenger registry, and there's no sign of him. So I figure he still has to be somewhere in town.
You two are the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a new article?
Huh?
These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief?
I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division. They monitor and censor everything we do.
You think he was kidnapped?
You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is.
Which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much as possible into the hands of the readers. I see. So he went to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hadn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing you told us about?
I think it was about...
I think it was the arranged marriage, wasn't it? The Duke mentioned something about it at the dinner party.
Well, Niall told you about that too. It'd make a hell of a story if it were true. You mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost.
How did a reporter like Niall even learn of something like that? I'd have thought that something like that would be only known by the royal family.
Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the Herb Royal Villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess. So she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety.
Well, that's like half true. She is staying at the villa. I don't know about safety, but she is staying at the villa.
I knew it.
And the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa. Which would mean that Niall's probably there too. So Niall's also been kidnapped, is what we're saying.
You don't say. Well, if I know Niall, he probably tried to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. If the soldier saw him, he'd be arrested on the spot.
Oh, Niall's a goner! Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't gonna be easy.
Yeah, I'm betting that he and the Princess Claudia are pretty much in the same situation.
What's that do you people know? Do you have inside information about what's going on in the city and all of Liberal?
Sorry, but we really can't talk about it.
Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Niall. If he has been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released.
Alright. Please do whatever you can.
Please, you guys. You gotta bring Niall back. Leave it to us.
Alright, well, that's those two dealt with. Niall and Julia. Now we need to figure out where the other bracers are. So let's see. We were mentioned to go to the hotel, right? Hello? Any of our friends? Friends? Oh, it's Kurt!
I wish I could remember that, but that time a little brace said. It's like there's a thick fog blanking the whole thing.
Oh, hi, Kurt.
It's good to see you here.
Ah, Estelle.
Hi, Joshua.
Oh, Sim's with you too.
Didn't you know we were going to that dinner party at the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment.
What's major assignment?
I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. Explain all circumstances that led to the request from the Queen.
You're serious?
Of course we are. That's why we really need your help.
No, that's not it. I admit I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. But the black ornament that the Colonel has, it's real.
Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale.
Kurt?
Whoa! What in the world?
step away from him.
Huh?
Kurt?
Shade. Left!
What was that? You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted.
It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact.
I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side.
Is he okay?
How are you feeling? Wow, actually a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unstable from the shock, but I think I'll be alright.
So what do you remember?
Didn't I say before? There was an accident around 3 months ago.
You lost your memories while you were working, right? Did it have something to do with the Black Orbment? Yes, someone had asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits. And then I took something suspicious from them.
So you were sort of under their same spell in a way.
It was the Black Orbment.
The Black Orbment? Wait,
So the person who gave you the assignment. Yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember.
so the K on that package was you. That's right, there was a K mentioned.
Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it. The package was delivered to you two. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off the package? Yes, after I left the polls, someone called out to me. And then... It's no good. It's all still one big blur.
You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to just cause strain on you that you can't handle yet.
Yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all.
Which brings us up to a bigger question. Who would have done this?
So Kurt was somehow, like, made to forget what he did.
Maybe those special ops guys?
I could believe it'd be them, considering they've done things to the Dawn and stuff. It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on Agate, after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss.
Now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Skybance boss and Mayor Dalmor to consider.
Yeah, basically, they've been able to control, like, change how people have been acting for some reason.
We have to be really careful.
I'm sorry. I don't have anything really useful to tell you. I know what Her Majesty asked you to do. I want to help if you'll let me.
But are you sure you'll be okay?
Sure, my memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I owe you for your help, so please, allow me to make it up to you.
If you're feeling up to it, then sure. We need to work out a strategy. For now, let's meet back at the guild.
Alright, you have my thanks. Well, that just happened. That was a hell of a thing to happen. Now, where was the other places we were told to check? Because, to be honest with you, I don't remember. Me, Forgor. Maybe the department store?
Ah, Alice. Well, if it isn't Sin and the new recruits. Back from the castle already. Yeah, I guess we were.
Annalise, could we have a moment of your time?
Huh? You hear something juicy and you're looking to share with me? Well, if juicy by you mean spit your juice all over the in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Ooh, you have my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be just sitting down for it? Huh?
Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things could get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help.
Let's see. Sorry, my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up the whole situation is. I don't really get all this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Right. Elnin will fill you in on all its details. Okay then, I'll go and see what's up.
Well, that was easy. That was exceedingly easy. Now, all that's left is Karna, but I do not for the life of me remember where Karna is. Or where other major location I could go to where Karna is. What was the area? Orbital effect? Well, I'm stuck.
Where's Karna? Genuinely though, where is Karna? Maybe she's at the coffee shop. Nope. Karna... I'm genuinely at a loss for where Karna could be. Bars, shops, and inns. I'm an idiot.
Hi, Karna. Hey, look who it is. Oh, you got Old Man Zin with you. What's going on?
Well, it's a long story.
Uh-oh, sounds serious.
Explain the situation.
You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such have been shut down. So, what did you want with me exactly?
Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan. So if you would please meet us at the guild.
Gotcha. I'm already there.
We... Alright, that should be everybody, right?
The other braces are already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or reporter?
Sorry, sir. No contact.
But we believe that we've gathered the intelligence we need. Explain everything they learned from the cathedral and the Liberal News.
I see. We can conclude with fair certainty then that Princess Claudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate that you weren't able to make contact with the Royal Guardsmen, but at least we know that they haven't been captured.
Shall we get started then?
Yes. We need to start working out the details of the rescue operation. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat, then? Given this information, we should consider ourselves under a contractual obligation to Queen Alicia.
I can hardly believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner.
I was suspicious of the special ops troops from the very beginning. I really trusted Colonel Richard.
And he was behind the Skybands and Mayor Dalmor. We got completely snowed.
We can't let them get away with it, that's for sure.
Oh, can you all be counted on to cooperate in this assignment?
Damn straight.
Just lead the way.
I owe these guys some black eyes. Rhyme unintended.
Count me in, for sure. This is gonna be good.
We got strong allies. We'll prevail, without a doubt.
Now, let me explain the details of this mission. We have to move fast, as there are lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option.
We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got.
How will we be divided?
We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. A decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember, though, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division Special Ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assess the rescue team.
Man, we're really teaming with teams here, but why do we need those?
The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy forces, then both teams could attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing for the rescue team to enter the villa more easily.
Ah, yeah. I guess that's a good point. Evens the odds a little bit. But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... No, we don't.
No, we don't. We contracted other guild branches, but with airships grounded, we're pretty much on our own.
Well, crap. If only we had Sharon Agate.
However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine the strategy.
If numbers are all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance. Who?
Ah, Julia!
Hey!
Lieutenant Schwartz!
Well now, if it isn't Sister Military.
Yo! It's a pleasure to meet you all. I am Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. The Royal Guardsmen are here at your disposal for this operation.
Heck yeah!
Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within an hour.
It's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try and save the hostages?
We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you'd already disappeared.
Did you? My apologies.
All I knew is that you had accepted the Queen's mission. I found out last night.
Last night?
We only just met with the Queen last night ourselves. Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it.
Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours?
I don't.
Let's leave it at no.
Wait a minute. There's not a chance that the source we're talking about is Nile, is it? Nah.
More importantly, the guardsmen's assistance will give us the extra forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams.
Indeed, with this additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with the extra manpower secured, we should start deciding on the teams immediately.
Roger that. We need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for the one of them.
Yeah, I'd say those Royal Guard uniforms should definitely catch their attention.
My thoughts exactly. We'll target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron, stationed just on the outskirts of the air scenic route.
Wait a sec. Aerial squadron? You don't mean...
I'm afraid she does. It's on the scenic route's outskirts.
Now that you mention it, there is a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded.
According to my intelligence, there is only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements.
Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And then when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right?
We should form that ambush team then.
I knew all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush paid off one day.
And we got a gunner too. We'll be able to handle this no problem.
Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy 2.
I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. The Special Ops will definitely drop their guards more readily to apprehend them.
So that leaves us.
For the rescue team.
All the ARC teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task.
Sheesh, no pressure. There's no need to worry. We will persevere. History favors the just. Besides, you guys are the Grants martial arts competition champions.
And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy's forces at bay. Hopefully, all you'll need to worry about are the hostages.
Julia, Elnan, Zin,
We, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this. And we will.
You're right. You are so right. We're gonna kick some special forces as asses.
That's the spirit.
And that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, we won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Man, this is getting pretty real.
I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan.
Alright everyone, tonight. Here, got it? This sounds like finale finishing. Like, this sounds like we're getting to the very end of it. Like... We're not ready yet. This sounds like we're about to end it. Like, end the game, I mean. Like, this is big news sounding. I wasn't expecting it, but you know what? It's cool. However, that does remind me, there's one more side quest, technically speaking, I think. Though, obviously, I haven't gotten it, so I don't know if I even can get it at this point. I mean, again, if I don't get it, I'm not gonna, like, be agonizing over it. Again, never said this is a 100% playthrough. But I think we're gonna go ahead and end here for today. I might do a little farming, might not, I don't know. But today, it's over. Thank you all so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and hope to see you all later. Peace.